Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome to video 2. So the name of this video is how to sound polite in English and stop sounding too direct. So in this video, we will learn how to improve your English. Remember that in every video, I will be sharing and setting the context by sharing a problematic situation we're learning or teaching English. Secondly, we'll be sharing the main rationale behind the issue with content, relevant content that can help improve your language. There will be a practical activity you can implement both as a student or as a teacher. And then I'll be also referring to possibilities for doing research in the field. So to begin with, maybe your English is correct, but sometimes it still sounds too strong. Why does this happen in real communication, and how can you fix it naturally? Well, let's have a look. Here you've got real opinions from real speakers of English, and let's start with something very common. Okay, for example, students, your students, or you as learners can understand, or people can understand you, but your tone feels too direct. Many learners say, I know my grammar is correct, but people still react strangely. Today, we will fix that, but not with grammar, with more grammar, but with real communication skills. Let's have a look. This is the real problem, the real issue here. Students most of the time learn grammar, vocabulary in isolation, but not, okay? But sometimes your learning doesn't focus on pragmatic meaning, social tone, or your process lacks interactional skills. These are three aspects that are fundamental when learning the language and when teaching the language as well. So the problem is not English knowledge. Most students know the language. The problem is how English works in real interaction. Because communication is not only information, it is, as we mentioned in the previous video, relationship building. So let's have a look at what the main rationale states regarding this issue. So in modern theory, both in pragmatics and politeness today, in contemporary pragmatic, English is considered a lingua franca. It's a bridge language among cultures. So English today is considered as a global communication tool. So you should focus on clarity, cooperation, and then also tone adaptation, how to communicate properly with different speakers. So instead of following models that focus only on politeness rules, modern research in pragmatics and EFL, English as a foreign language, shows something very important. English today is not just native speaker English, it is global English. And in global English, then, what really matters is not perfection, but clarity, cooperation, and also relational tone. So researchers like Jenkins and also Seidhofer show something very important. English can work perfectly, even if it is not native-like. But careful, communication can break down when tone is too direct, interaction feels aggressive, and then cooperation is missing. So politeness is not decoration when you learn the language, but it is communication effectively or efficiency. So let's have a look at how we can transform some sentences to achieve these goals. So instead of saying, I want coffee, you may favor a different structure. I like some coffee. Instead of give me your notebook, as we mentioned in the first video, could I borrow your notebook? Do this exercise. Could you try this exercise? In most Chilean classrooms, we usually hear teachers of English saying, I want your attention, give me your notebook, give me your pen. Now students do this exercise. Teachers can model these structures by saying, I like some, could I borrow your notebook? Could you try this exercise? So by doing that, you will be exposing and providing exposure, giving comprehensible input so your students can achieve language and be prepared to face international conversations, if you consider English as a global language, of course. By doing this, we are not changing meaning, we are changing something more important, the social impact, the tone, and how we interact, our own interactional styles. So these are some examples of modern softening strategies. Modality, for example, by introducing modal verbs such as could, would, might, hedging, such as I think or maybe, suggestion framing, and then question-based requests. So now I'll invite each of you to deal with these interactive tasks. I want you to please think, if you already speak English or if you're learning the language, to turn these phrases into more communicative, less direct statements. You've got the following ideas. Number one, I want help. Give me your phone. Open the window. You are wrong. Do this task. Make each sentence collaborative. You can pause this video, practice, watch the video as many times as you want, and then now I'll show you what would be some suitable phrases to deal and then to achieve and target your English towards what we call global English. So here are some suggested answers. I want help. Instead of saying I want help, you can favor, can we work on this together? 2, give me your phone. Could you share your phone with me for a moment? 3, open the window, which is a traditional classroom practice and imperative. We can turn it into, could we open the window? You are wrong. Instead of saying this, maybe we are seeing this differently. Do this task. Let's work on this task together. So, key takeaway, what I want you to remember from this video. Modern English now, and what we should target and we should aim at in Chilean classroom settings should foster collaboration, flexibility, shared meaning, and tone awareness. Now, here you've got some concrete solutions, how to fix this issue. 3 practical strategies to speak English more politely and naturally. Number 1, turn direct sentences into request formulas. Could you plus a verb. Would you mind plus a verb plus ing. And is it possible to? For example, give me that. Instead of saying give me that, you can favor, could you pass me that, please? This builds automatic politeness without thinking in translation. Instead of translating word by word, students might learn fixed polite structures. Tip number 2, add softening language in real-time speaking. You can, if you're a teacher, you can try learners and have your learners always and to use small polite markers such as please, I think, maybe, just, I was wondering if. For example, instead of saying or teaching, open the door, or if you're a learner, instead of using open the door, you may go towards, could you please open the door? These words reduce directness and improve tone instantly. Tip number 3, practice role context switching. Students must practice the same sentence, but in different situations. For example, give me your notebook. Now, talking to a friend, can I borrow your notebook? Now you are talking to a teacher. Could I possibly use your notebook? Now you are talking in a shop. Could I have a notebook, please? By doing this, you will be helping your students to develop pragmatic awareness, which is not related to or is not just about grammar. So if you are a researcher and you're watching this video, there are contemporary authors, and I'll be sharing now some of their main claims, which of course will help you understand how modern perspectives can shape your classroom realities now. Okay? So all the things and all the statements that I've shared now with you, all these aspects have to do with the fact that non-native speakers should still be aware of pragmatic conventions in real communication context. So of course, if we are dealing with global English, we are not aiming at developing native-like pronunciation and perfection. We'll still be making mistakes, but it's also relevant to be aware of the other cultures' patterns and then also codes. This is because pragmatic expectations vary across cultures and institutions. Interactional tone affects perceived politeness and professionalism. Misalignment in directness may lead to unintended social effects in academic or professional settings. Global English prioritizes intelligibility, but context still shapes acceptability. Therefore, effective communication requires a balance between global flexibility and, of course, local pragmatic awareness. You can have a look at these contemporary authors. As you can see here, they range from 2018 until 2024. And you can also have a look at their names, their fields, and their main claims regarding pragmatic development and awareness. If you have a look at Jennifer Jenkins' views, she, of course, states that English should prioritize intelligibility and global communication over native speaker forms or norms. Okay? So, having said this, I hope you've learned now that there are 3 important tips to make your English sound less direct and more natural. If you've liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and please be ready because we'll be joining the upcoming live discussion sessions in which you can share your views regarding this topic. Thank you. Bye.